Yeah, I know I have to get happy again too, because after listening to them talk about Medea, I'm fucking sad.
Aw.
That bad, huh?
It was more depressing than watching Jake talk about That's My Boy.
No, they talked about Skittles. It's okay.
So,
The rainbow. Okay,
All right.
comfy.
Oh, yeah.
so we were out of Ted, and we got like kind of the Jake experience he's been talking about, where during the previews, like people have to get up and tell him to turn on our movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there were problems with
slow
projector
start.
though. Like
That's what
they
Jake was
stopped
talking
it
about.
even in the middle of the.
That loud ass projector. It was like,
I could
yeah.
see myself. Just think of it, like vintage.
Oh, like we're watching a snuff film.
Yeah, just
It was like when Brian and I were at that con a few years ago and we were watching Bigfoot on an old 8mm projector at 2 in the morning.
It was disturbing at first, but then it kind of like
Yeah.
fell in and out, and then it would get quiet, and it would come back, and then like. But
yeah. I was trying to enjoy it because you never do hear that.
there's a wave of douchebags
That's
in the
true.
theater.
So I was trying to just kind of
Savor
go
the
and
moment
enjoy the
of the-
yeah, because
it-
you never hear it.
Well, it didn't help too that we were in the smallest theater there.
Well, you know, they were
Like
expecting
if you're in the
huge
back, you're
turnout
too
from
close to
Medea.
the screen.
I think people have that size of TV now. Like it just the screen did not look big enough.
Ship that fucker on a freight like King Kong.
Well, with Ted, I loved this movie. I really loved this movie a lot.
I was thinking this is totally a Brad movie.
I love my
Flash
bears.
No,
Gordon.
talk
Yeah.
about the lobby and the audience, the lovely color of the theater. Like the fucking douchebags. It was like
Oh.
a douchebag convention. I was like, shit, man, seriously. No, it was
Commercials
bad.
for the thing were a bear and Marky Mark smoking out of a bong. I mean, of course you're gonna bring
We're
in
here.
Yeah.
Oh, but I love smoking out of a bong with
but
my
we-
bear. I mean, not Bear Lloyd,
do it with
but
Lloyd.
yeah.
Comedy.
We get so hard.
I thought this was one of the funniest goddamn movies I've seen in a long time.
Very.
I laughed my ass off throughout this entire movie. It's definitely the best comedy I've seen so far this year and in a while. Like I really just as a comedy, I can't recommend this movie enough. I absolutely loved the thing,
Yeah.
and it's a love letter to Flash Gordon.
It is. Oh my god.
To Dino De
Sam
Laurentiis.
Jones is in it.
Sam Jones is in the movie. The only other thing, there's only 2 other things off the top of my head that I can think of that I've seen Sam Jones in, obviously other than Flash Gordon, was a Shannon Tweed movie from the 90s.
course.
And he got to bang Shannon Tweed in it. That was pretty cool. They couldn't get Andrew Stevens,
Sam
I
Jones
guess.
could bang me. Oh my
And,
god. I love that man.
That religious singer, Carmen, you remember him? Okay, well, there's this religious pop singer named Carmen, and he had a movie in the 90s where it was called Riot, where like he's a cop, but he's close with Jesus, so he's gonna take down
Bible
crime
Man.
or something like that. It was better than Bible Man, but Sam Jones was like his partner in it, and I was sitting there like, I remember being a kid watching that in school, and Sam Jones comes walking in, it perked me right up. I'm like, watching a Sam Jones movie? Sweet.
Well, when they first said, because there's Flash Gordon stuff all throughout, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
man, 90% of the audience probably hasn't even ever heard of Flash Gordon, but there was some applause, so there was that. But the opening is great. It's very nostalgic. They, are going through Christmas. People are
Yeah.
getting, like, Nintendo and the Darth Vader mask with, like, all the figures inside,
Yeah.
Cabbage Patch Kids. And there's, like, the narration, but it kind of goes into the basketball type narration where it just goes, like,
Yeah.
asinine, but it's funny. But yeah, oh my god, there were little Seth MacFarlane touches all over. Like you had,
Yeah.
he picks up his ear and it does like the quick little do 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 do, like Indiana Jones, and of
The
course
cutaway to their first like date, and it's a spoof off of the scene from Airplane.
Yeah.
With the- I've never seen, and it worked too. But I've never seen a movie spoof a scene from a spoof movie that was a spoof of a scene from another movie. It worked. It was really funny,
Well-
but I can't think of seeing that very often in something.
Near the end, I'm pretty sure because he threw in an Annie song in Family Guy, so I'm pretty sure when Ted is like climbing the scaffolding, that was a homage to
Oh,
Annie.
I can see
And
that.
she's
Yeah,
climbing
okay.
up there. It was like,
Yeah.
Mr. Warbucks.
Yeah,
That's
the
what I thought of
music-
that.
There were times where the music sounded so familiar, but there were
There were little nods all over the
Yeah,
place.
that I was like, okay, which
And
one was
Queen, of
that?
course.
The movie, the music in the movie was so, because the musical score in and of itself, it's that very orchestra, Seth MacFarlane type score. But seeing it here in this movie, and even the way it's shot, even the way the movie's shot, it feels like you're watching like Uncle Buck or like Home Alone. Like it's that kind of music in there whimsical, but you're watching this really vulgar movie about a guy and his teddy bear. Like,
well, it took me a few
it was heartwarming, really heartwarming.
It took me a few minutes to get into because it was like at the beginning, and I know you're more into shtick like that than I am. At the beginning, it was just like, okay, it's a talking teddy bear. Let's throw cusses because it's a teddy bear cussing, and it
was
you got
funny.
used to it throughout. Well, I know. I went into this movie not with high expectations.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
I was just like, man, but no, I really liked it, and you know, you of course have a fighting scene with Ted, kind of. You know,
That
that's
was
Seth
great.
MacFarlane,
That was
and
great
so-
because it was done without me. It was
Yes,
it looked
no
like
music.
something out of a Jason Bourne
Yeah.
movie. Like there's no music playing in it. It's just this rough kind of balls to the wall fight that they have with each other.
Kind of like how
appreciated that.
shocking
Me
that
too.
Family
'Cause
Guy
there was
episode
music.
was when they just
Everything.
all went out in that balls ass fight when Lois learned karate. And it
Oh,
was just
yeah.
going on and just, you know, no music and TVs and just, you know, oh my god, like, but it was different. It wasn't like a repeat of that scene. So, but it was just very like, you know, you look at the chicken stuff, you know, I knew there was going to be a teddy bear fight scene.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
just like,
that's in all the
fighting.
trailers, so I knew that was
Oh,
coming.
I didn't see it in the trailer. I
It's
just saw
in the
little
trailers
teaser
for the
trailer of
movie.
Thunder song.
Oh, the Thunder Buddies, that was adorable.
They had the whole. I like the whole. I don't know if it was a purposeful homage, but the Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Fuck you, Thunder. Oh, with Giovanni Ribisi,
As soon as-
who is Robert De Niro from The Fan in this thing. He is right out of a psychological thriller who was plopped into this movie. Like
Kid was terrifying too. It's
Giovanni
like, shit,
Ribisi was
dude.
more so terrifying.
Yeah.
He's dancing to I Think We're
I
Alone
think
Now
we're
by
looking at
Tiffany.
Drinking out of a straw. and-
Yes,
Yeah.
like doing the
What
booty
the
shake.
shit?
The whole
This is
time.
fucking Cape Fear.
I did
Oh
the
my
same
god.
thing.
I was there were parts in this movie where I was in tears. I was laughing so hard. The funniest, I was like, I could not stop laughing at when Ted has to get a job and is being interviewed by the guy, and he doesn't want the job. So he's telling the interviewer at a grocery store that he's telling the manager that like he ate his wife's pussy or something like that, and the guy's like, no one's ever spoken to me like that before. You're hired.
Damn it.
Oh shit.
It was the dad from Life Goes On.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then later on, where he's fucking a girl in the
Yes,
in the back, the
pantry.
guy's like, it's like, yeah, I fucked her with a cucumber,
yeah.
with
Snips or
yeah,
something.
and then I gave it to a family of 4 kids, and the guy's just like, that takes balls. You're promoted.
Yeah. No, but I had a feeling it was going that way, and I don't know if it was purposeful, but they come up mid-movie in the park, and he was like, my kid likes your teddy bear, I've heard of you, and like offers all of this money, kind of like Francis and the bike, and
Yeah.
the kid was just, he was more fucked up than Francis, and he was like 13 or something like that.
Or
Like, he was a
Wahlberg
younger
just
kid.
decks him at the end.
Yeah, oh,
Everyone
that's
is
great.
good in this movie. Wahlberg is a fantastic comedic actor, and he is great in this fucking movie. Mila Kunis is great. Seth MacFarlane's great as the voice.
They even did like a nice, like, I do not sound like Peter Griffin.
That was one thing I was worried about when I saw the trailers, because I saw the trailer and was like, well, he kind of sounds a little too much like Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
But when the movie started, I really wasn't thinking that all that often.
came in and out.
When
It
he
was
called
Peter
people
moment.
bastards, it sounded exactly like Peter Griffin, but he does kind of reference that in. I did. Okay, we were talking earlier about the audience maybe not getting some jokes or something like that, and at the beginning, like, because it was mostly young people, and the beginning, like, there's some pot humor, there's some vulgar humor, which was done really well, and it was very funny, and the audience is laughing, but then, like, the guy's like, by the way, I'm friends with Tom Skerritt. And I'm laughing, but the rest of the audience is like,
Yeah.
Quiet.
who's Tom Skerritt?
Yeah, and I love that he's in the end because the
Yeah.
Marky Mark's boss is obsessed with Tom Skerritt. He's always pulling out this photo. He's like, this is me, the picture of Tom Skerritt. This can be your life someday. And so at the end, surprise, you know, they're all together and they get married. He's got Tom Skerritt at the wedding standing
Yeah.
next to him, and he's like, thanks for showing up, man. And Tom Skerritt's like, my he's like, my daughter better be safe like you promised. And so it's just
Wow.
like that really creepy. It was like, oh, okay. But it was great seeing him because I haven't seen him in forever.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
I fucking love Tom
Oh
Skerritt.
God.
What else? What else I got? I went
Ryan
into Ryan Reynolds. Yeah,
That's great.
Patrick
Say
Warburton.
anything?
No, he had no lines
He
in
had
the
no
movie.
lines. He just kisses Patrick
Had
Warburton.
this
Yeah.
like
The Finn Wilder guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He
The
just
look
says
on
doesn't
his
say a
face.
word. It was really funny. Patrick Warburton was
Nice.
really funny. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess I'm gay.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm gay now.
Piss
it
up.
that
Kiss
guy?
some dudes.
Are you gay? I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think I'm gay.
And Alice Bornstein played the mom
Yeah,
at the
Alex
beginning.
Borstein. Joel McHale.
Yes,
Joel
Joe
fun.
McHale was great. He was the douchey boss that was trying to lay Mila Kunis. And,
Fuck your girlfriend.
I am gonna fuck your girlfriend.
oh, he was great.
I went into this really wanted to like because I wanted to really like something Seth MacFarlane related again, because
American Dad's great.
other than American, because I love American Dad and I think American Dad is still solid. But
Family Guy sucks. Excuse me.
what?
Family Guy sucks.
Family Guy, yeah, is the first handful of seasons of Family Guy. I still love.
The past, like every once in a while, they'll come out with an okay episode or
That's far in
Well,
between.
there's the episode where they go back to the
That was
pilot.
funny, but it's referencing
Yeah, right.
a much better episode. But it was good. I like that episode. But the first handful of seasons of Family Guy, the humor's very quick. It's very rapid. It's speedy. The references tie in
There's some
well.
anti-humor shit.
Yeah, the
happening.
references tie in really well. The characters I thought were funny in it. Like, I still really like the early stuff of Family Guy, but then somewhere along the line, it just went into catering to just the anti-humor Adult Swim crowd, where we're gonna show a guy try to start a tractor for 5 minutes, and that's the joke.
Because Seth MacFarlane started working on American Dad more so other people took over Family Guy, so it kind of lost what that was. And I believe he had something, and I'm not positive, he had something to do with that back to the pilot or some kind of influence, because didn't he even say that Family Guy should have been done
He said,
seasons
yeah,
ago?
he's come out
Yeah.
and said he wishes that show got canceled a while ago, and
So-
you can tell that the heart's not really in it anymore.
You can't just stop.
I'm sure he's under
Contracts.
contract. But yeah, I still like American Dad. I like that show a lot. A Cleveland show, no.
Yeah.
But this reminds me of this movie. Reminded me of why I like this guy to begin with, because he's a really he's a talented dude. He's funny, and he's just an all-around good guy.
Yeah.
He really, and he's got a fantastic voice, a great singing voice. Very lovely. I like it.
I don't know if everybody knows this, but yeah, he's got 2 albums.
Yeah,
He
and they're
does,
great.
like, the old Frank Sinatra
Yeah.
type style.
And so the music at the beginning of the movie, you've got some of that. He actually wrote the song, I think, at the beginning
I'm
about
pretty
Oh,
sure
did he?
Alex Bornstein sang it. I didn't check on the credits, but it kind of sounded like when she does her of that
Maybe.
time period.
I don't remember what it said. I did
Probably.
because I
She does
sat
a
through
lot
the
of singing for
credits
him.
and it said that he wrote it.
Was there anything after the credits?
No.
We had to use the restroom, the estate.
Yeah. I just thought, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was something.
I wouldn't have. I had to use the
I would've-
restroom.
I would have thought they would have done like joke
still
Ted
like, here?
outtakes.
The
because that's
movie's
just
over.
very- yeah.
I wouldn't have been.
Go home.
I am kind of surprised there weren't any kind of outtakes or anything.
I didn't have the. Oh, I was gonna say, like, I didn't have when we came out here, and because Brian and Dave's movie was technically longer than ours. It was like 15 minutes longer than ours, but because of the projectors problems with ours, theirs got out first. And I didn't see them right away when I came out, but then all of a sudden you pointed them out. They were sitting on the car and just like dead. Like I walked up and like I could easily like pull a Jake and be our movie was awesome, or pull
That was Brian.
Brian to Jake. Like I could do that, and like well, if Jake was here, he would have
You
done
should
that
have
to
for
him.
Jake Payback.
Yeah, like but they just looked so.
Downtrodden.
I couldn't do that to him.
I was like, get off
I
my
was
car,
bad
you
enough
blank
sending
up.
it to him in the first place, but like I can't. Yeah, I'm already a dick for sending him to fucking Medea. I can't be like, our movie is one of the best comedies I've seen in a long time. How was fucking Medea?
I'm glad I went. I actually, wasn't thrilled about it. I was just kind of like, oh, okay. And, I was pleasantly surprised. And that seems to be the rhythm of movies with me, other than the really big ones, like Batman, Spider-Man. I'm looking forward to those. But anything, I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm pumped to see this. It's like, oh, shit. Or vice versa, if I'm,
Uh-huh.
you know, I don't want to see that. It's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. And I think it's an expectation thing. If your expectations are up here and it doesn't live up to them.
Mine could have gone
Versus-
either way. It would be like, is this the Seth MacFarlane I love, or is this we need a 5-minute joke on Family Guy, so let's play Mick Jagger and David Bowie singing "Dancing in the Streets" for 5 minutes.
Well, see, that's what I was worried about. I
Yeah.
was worried it was going to be like, look, it's a cute little teddy bear, and it's cussing, it's funny, it's not supposed to be that way. So that's what I got from the preview.
There really are no big anti-humor gags in this, where
There's
a
not
joke goes on, where a
anti-humor.
joke goes
Yeah,
on and
no,
on, and
pretty
it's
quick.
not funny. It's really quick.
Honestly, very realistic.
Yeah, if there is a movie about a talking teddy bear that's played straight, like
The jokes and everything, like they're no dragging it out,
Mm-hmm.
no into details about stuff. The guys have grown up together, so
Yeah.
one-liners.
And
Uh-huh.
I was a little worried of how awkward it would be that everybody just accepts this talking teddy bear, but they even in the opening do this
Yeah.
whole like famous talking teddy bear,
Yeah.
you know, it's a miracle, and they had like the Alabama
Yeah.
guy, look what Jesus did, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And so it was just kind of well known that it was just this spectacular thing,
Uh-huh.
and he was somewhat of a celebrity, and then just kind of
I like
died
that
down
too.
after.
He was a
Very
former,
smart.
yeah.
Way to start it. Because,
They superimpose
How
him
else
on
would you do
Carson,
it?
and
man.
I need to look this up.
of
be-
what interview that was.
Because I wonder, like, I need to look it up and see if it's the interview, like,
Alf?
Gary Coleman or something.
no, with Zach. When Zach was on there promoting
I thought
Parenthood,
that
I was
really,
thinking
it
that
sounded
while
familiar
watching
because he
it.
was like, "Oh hi, you're so
It's like I gotta look this up. Zach, dude, you're kind of in the movie. I'm gonna look that up.
No,
when I get
that
home.
that did come to mind because, but then he said he thought it was Alf, so I'm wondering if maybe they superimposed Alf or how they did that.
If
because,
Alf was on the Tonight Show,
yeah, because I mean, I guess if it was because didn't Zach come out with somebody or did they just send him out on his own?
I've only seen that
I know, I saw
interview.
it once.
That interview is only like snippets
Okay.
of it
Because
on
in
there.
order for that to work, it had to be someone or something that came out by themselves because there was no escort.
and small too, because
Yeah.
he's obviously talking to
So
somebody
yeah, it was
short.
either a child or like a character. So
That was funny. I liked.
that did make me think of that. I was like,
I liked it. I like that too. That like it wasn't like
just magically
Brian on
accepted.
Family Guy or
Yeah.
stuff like that, where everyone just accepts that it's a talking dog, blah blah blah, and working in like the whole former celebrity angle to it, like he's getting busted at an airport,
Yeah.
and people still kind of recognize him like on the
they're like,
street,
man,
and they
in the
get
park, the girls wanted pictures with him.
yeah, he's banging hookers, and one of them shits on the floor.
Oh God, you and your shit humor.
That was funny. Context is everything. You can do context is everything, and that was funny.
It wasn't that bad because they didn't like brrr, shit. It was just kind of
The
like
scene of
off
her
center.
With her
do that.
cleaning up,
Oh my God, I touched my thumb. It's so gross.
yeah, Wahlberg hiding behind.
Oh, no,
It looked like he was
no.
standing on something. Yeah. Oh, and
It was a dead, I don't know. Yeah.
Wahlberg singing. Wahlberg
Octopussy?
singing "All Time High" from Octopussy. That was a nice touch. That was really good.
Well, and also the humor that was just kind of quick and stark that normally would have just been kind of shtick was just you've got Mark Wahlberg with this big, heart. He's kind of a man-child.
Yeah.
And he's singing to his girlfriend, and people, of course, are booing him because he's off-key.
Ooh.
Some, big jockey football player guy looks, and he starts bum-rushing the stage because he sucks so bad. Wahlberg just picks up the mic, boom, right in the face, guy drops. And so it's stuff like that would just... I don't know. It's just out of nowhere because it's out of character for him. But it happens with that scene and then with the kid. And any other time, there's not really other
He
than
doesn't
with
fuck
Ted.
around.
Yeah,
He
it's
is
just
like a man-child,
He's a
just like,
man-child, but
shit.
it's like when it comes down to business, bam, bitch went down.
Well, yeah, you see his fucking arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I mean, he's
shit.
still got a good heart. He's not all fucking with my girl.
The movie does have a lot of heart to it because at the
And
and
stuffing.
it's yeah, and when it is a spoiler.
I think we put a lot
First of all, the movie does have a happy ending, but the part where Ted gets
Ripped in half when
at
they're
the
on the
end,
scaffolding.
and they're trying to bring him back to life, and he dies. It was sad.
I was not expecting that. I was like, holy shit, is he gonna die?
Uh-huh.
Is this how it
It's
ends?
like watching Short Circuit 2 all over again.
See, I was
so
pretty
just
sure.
like, where's this gonna go? Where is this gonna go?
I was pretty sure with the whole, how Seth MacFarlane does his style. Some stuff's a little dark, but you know, I was like, well, he's not Joss Whedon. He's not gonna do this.
Just
And I was
kill
like,
off
I was like,
Ted.
magical wish. Magical wish.
They
is
killed
going to
off
bring him to
Hooch.
life.
And Turner and Hooch, they killed off
Seth
Hooch.
MacFarlane didn't do that.
But this movie was very...
It wasn't Marley and me.
This movie was though very much a love letter to a lot of the stuff that Seth MacFarlane clearly grew up on back in the day. So we could have thrown in Turner and Hooch at the end.
like, Craig T. Nelson shows up and shoots him.
I-
God, sad.
I don't think I would like this movie half as much if all of the Sam Jones stuff was in
I
there.
still would have. Because,
love-
I mean,
no,
that
I'm
was...
not saying I wouldn't dislike it, but that just like pumped me. I'm a huge Flash Gordon fan. Like ever since I saw it when I was a kid, I love it. And I think I already said this. I don't know if we talked outside or if I said it on here, so I apologize if I'm saying it again. But they're at a party, and he's like, "Dude, you got to come here." And he's at Mark Wahlberg's that, you know, big, like, I don't want to fuck up. I'm with, you know, my girlfriend. And he's like, Sam Jones is here. You know, you need to get here. And I lean over to Brad. I'm like, if Sam Jones is not at this party, I am going to be fucking pissed. And then he was there. I was like, oh my
And
God.
they're doing coke in the bathroom.
He punches through a wall, and then an Asian guy comes in whose last name is Ming, and that just sets him off on a rage. Ming. I
sees
hope to
him in
God
the
that's
Emperor
what
Ming
Sam
outfit.
Jones's hair is still like. It's that he still has Flash Gordon hair. I hope to God he still is.
Well, it was great because when he, you know, sees Ming, then the Asian guy turns into Emperor Ming with like the ball cap and everything. And at the end, he's the, not priest, but the officiant. What is that when someone gets ordained
Yeah.
to
He's got
officiant?
Flash written on
Yeah,
his...
he's got, well, I was trying to think of the term. I brain fart. But anyway, like when you just, do you know what I'm talking about?
He marries them at the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's like you're not a
That's the
priest,
right
but you
word.
get like,
Officiant.
yeah, officiant, what have you. But yeah, he's wearing white robes, and then on one of the little thing there it says Flash, and then they end, you know, that little story with the Flash freeze where they like jump up in the air, and then it goes back to, you know, their ending.
Yeah. Yeah,
I love Sam too.
it was so nice to see Sam Jones back.
Oh my god, I geek
His
juiced
hair's
so many
parted
times.
down the middle.
His hair is parted down the middle.
No way.
Coated fucking coke rage.
What I did like, okay, during that whole party scene, you don't know what's going on at the other party with her.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that they did not cut to that, but I'm also glad that they didn't.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it would have taken away from the fun of the party for us while she's having her breakdown.
Well,
Wondering,
clearly she
yeah.
knew what was going on, 'cause
We
she
didn't need
storms
to
in, just like,
see
you know,
all that,
tears
but
like I knew it, and
Any other
left.
movie, they'd have shown that.
Yeah.
Yeah, any
See
other
the
movie would have
side.
showed like Joel McHale trying to sleep with her or something like
Maybe
that.
they
and-
cut that out or something. I'm really surprised that it
well, he
wasn't.
tries later to sleep with her.
Yeah, and the thing is, they establish it beforehand because, you know, Mark Wahlberg's all, you know, I trust you, man. I know I just met you. You can't let her know I'm going to be gone for like 10 minutes. And so he's like, you know, he leaves. He's like, oh, yeah, nobody. And he's like, I'm going to sleep with your girlfriend. And so that's already established. So clearly she found out and left. And then, you know, they go on their little, I'll leave you
was
alone if you
gone
just
for
go
a
out on
long
one
time.
date. Yeah, he's gone like 3-4 hours.
I mean, he coked up and then came back down and was like, "Shit, what time is
Yeah.
it?"
But she caught him in the hallway. So that was kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
their break and then dealing with all that. So.
It's just different. I'm glad. I mean, I like that.
Yeah, it was
They
a breath of
weren't
fresh
dwelling on
air.
how
Yeah.
sad she was and where is he? I don't know. And
It didn't need to be there because
Yeah.
you knew what was going on, that Joe McHale would have said something and she comes back to find him and, you know, it was
it's
all
just
there.
it's just a common thing in other movies
Yeah.
to see what's going on.
It was, yeah, it was nice that, you know, it was
Just
different.
kept
That
going with the party.
The whole movie was a breath of fresh fucking air. Like I loved the hell out of it. That would be my final words on the movie is that I had a blast at this goddamn thing. I loved it. I laughed more in this than I have in a movie in a while. I mean, Grant, I don't go see a lot of comedies. I'm usually seeing something horror related for the site,
There
but
haven't been that many comedies that come out
Cool,
that
that
were
was
just,
fucking Rock of
you know,
Ages.
of that, well, I didn't get to see that one. But, you know, of this caliber that are just an actual comedy, not, oh yeah, you know, it was funny, I'd suggest it. Like it was, you know, if anybody hadn't seen it, and I've got to be like, oh dude, we got to watch this, you know, and that's unfortunately rare today. It's just all pandering, and I mean, yeah, you can argue that, you know, oh well, there was pot and there was this and that, but it was done in a way to where it wasn't just
Joke about God you could throw in Jews.
oh god, at the beginning it was
The
like,
beginning.
don't any Boston kids beat up the Jews, and then it's showing how lonely Mark Wahlberg's character is. And he's like, hey guys, can I play too? And they're like, get out of here. And then even the little Jew kid that's getting the
ginger.
crap beat out of him is like, get out of here. And then they just go back to beating him. It's like, god damn.
What's your final thought on it?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Just why I wanted to see it just alone was I like the idea of him growing up with the bear.
Yeah.
In any
And the bear aged too.
yeah, and in other movies or stories, you don't really know what happens to that magical creature, but this guy's with him his whole life.
Yeah.
The voice was different,
and I
too.
just thought right there, that story alone makes me want to go see it.
Yeah.
But of course, Seth MacFarlane, his first movie,
Yeah.
I think he did a
I
fantastic
thought he
job.
knocked it out of the fucking
Yes.
park.
Well, all the reactions were realistic to this bear, which I mean we talked about. But when the bear first comes out, he's like, "Mommy, Daddy, my teddy bear's alive."
Get
And they're
my
like,
gun!
Oh, you! And then they get back, they're like, "Oh my God, get my gun! Is it a hug gun?" And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, "Shit, I've seen Child's Play. You need to fucking kill that thing." It's like it all starts out fun and games, then later there's yelling and screaming.
The narrator made some comment about just like Corey Feldman and
Justin
Corey
Bieber,
Feldman,
like, all
Justin
of this.
Bieber, and a couple is just like them. His celebrity died.
yeah, long time forgotten.
Yeah, that was funny. That
Which
was
is true. You don't do anything, people kind of
Yeah,
forget.
yeah.
that's
Well,
great.
so highly recommend the movie,
Yes.
and what the fuck is the next one? Oh god, I think it's like Monday night. There's like a midnight of Spider-Man. So I guess I'll be back here in a few days. I gotta go to Kentucky first, so I'll be back after that. See ya.